gather to eat. Pizza Hut's Big Flavor Dipper is here. Almost 2 feet of pizza with 4 flavorful dipping sauces. Just $12.99. The Big Flavor Dipper Pizza, only at Pizza Hut.
How do I edit my photos on the chat snap?
I showed you already, like 3 times. You know we're gonna teach you how to use these. So, buy one phone for your kid and get one free for you.
This back-to-school season, buy one Samsung Galaxy S7 and get one free.
Let's feed him to the shark.
Let's feed him to the sharks.
And take all of his gold.
And take all of his gold. And hide it from the crew. They're all morons anyway.
Never said that.
They all smell bad too.
No, you all smell wonderful. I smell bad.
If you're a parent, you repeat things. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
It's what you do.
Deadlock in Brasilia. We head to extra time. Sweden and the United States level at 1-1. A reminder of the rules and regulations here. There'll be 2 periods of 15 minutes. The golden goal was dispensed with a few years ago, so it's not sudden death. We will play these 2 periods of 15 minutes, and if the sides can't be separated or both sides score the equal number of goals in extra time, we will go to the dreaded penalty kicks. In 5 Olympic tournaments and 7 Women's World Cups, the United States have never been beaten as early as the quarterfinals. They were forced into extra time by Canada in the 2008 quarterfinals, but they came through winning by 2-1. Alex Morgan with the crucial equalizing goal. A fabulous finish with the left foot in the 77th minute after Stina Blackstenius, the substitute, the 20-year-old, had given the Swedes the lead in the 61st minute, giving Hope Solo no chance. Kate Margraf, is this a situation, and we've referred to it at the start of the game, the United States finished the game very strongly, but they're coming from Manaus, the heat of the tropics, the 1,200-mile flight, albeit on a charter. They've said it won't be a disadvantage. They've said they feel fine. But could it tell in the 30 minutes of extra time?
Well, isn't it? It's called the curse of Manaus for a reason. Nearly every team who played in the Amazon lost their next game because of the draining energy that climate has on the players. But as the United States team, they said they have the most sophisticated recovery, which is true. They have Don Scott, who keeps a monitor on them, has trained them, and has prepared them for this in this environment.
Toss of the coin between captains Carly Lloyd and Carolyn Sager. The curse of Manaus that Kate referred to as the 2014 Men's World Cup in Brazil, of course. 8 teams played in Manaus, and they had an extra day of recovery after each game. 7 of them played another game, 6 of them lost. But the United States have had their backs against the wall in previous tournaments and come through. Not a team and a program you can accuse of lacking heart and character, and they'll need every ounce of it here today. Jonna Andersson onto the field. Sofia Jakobsen has made way. So the US will kick from right to left in this first period of extra time. Back underway in Brasilia. 30 minutes of extra time here, plus penalty kicks perhaps to decide who will advance to next Tuesday's semi-final at the Maracanã in Rio. Sweden into the attack from the kickoff. Markvist sends it into the area. The flag's up on the near side against the goal scorer Blackstenius. Actually, it's Olivia Skoog that's come onto the field as a substitute. She scored the vital goal in the 4-team playoff earlier this year that qualified Sweden for the Olympic tournament. That was held in the Netherlands. Pugh. Lotta Schelin collects the loose ball on the left-hand side. The Sweden wins her side. A throw-in. It's almost like the calm after the storm and before the crescendo builds again here, Kate, isn't it? What do you expect in the extra period?
I think Sweden will be a bit more direct, as we've seen. They added Olivia Skoog, who is fast. She'll have fresh legs, and she'll want to go against Megan Klingenberg. She's parked herself on that side of the field. She'll look to make outside to inside runs in between the gaps between Sauerbrunn and Kling.
Heath, who was rested for the Manaus game. So was her opposite number on the left-hand side. Here she is, Megan Klingenberg, who was an alternate at London 2012. Said she watched the gold medal match, the victory against Japan from the Wembley Stadium stands. She said it was bittersweet. You're happy for your teammates, but you want what they're having. And she has the opportunity here at Rio 2016. Q again. It's been so lively. Now Skoog for Sweden. Blackstenius, the centre forward, clips it forward, looking for Skoog again. And they've got more energy and verve in the attacking areas now, Sweden. Julie Johnson, remember, sat out 2 games with groin soreness. Skoog inside of Klingenberg, outside but an offside. Jessica Samuelsson.
Just a little bit too much by Skoog. She beats Klingenberg there. That is the time when she'd have crossed in with her left foot or take a shot. Instead, decides to play Samuelsson, who would come up from the right back position.
8 matches in women's soccer history at the Olympic Games have gone to extra time. The United States have played in 7 of them. They've won 6. Their only defeat against Norway in the 2000 gold medal game by a golden goal by 3 goals to 2. The other game that went to extra time, Sweden were involved in it against Germany in the 2008 quarterfinals. Sweden lost 2-0 on that occasion. A reminder that the USA have only ever lost 2 games, both to Norway, that game and then a group game in 2008. So it's a magnificent record that they're protecting here. Tobin Heath, Morgan Bryan. On the right flank again is Mallory Pugh. Near post is Lloyd. Good defending though. By Shailin, 32 years old now. In her 4th Olympic Games, the Sweden veteran. Someone that Hope Solo calls her family away from her family after their time together in Swedish club football in 2004. Shailin took up a young Hope Solo under her wing in Gothenburg. Sauerbrunn back to Hope Solo. It wasn't a convincing clearance. Skoog almost took advantage. And the strength of Megan Rapinoe, as we saw with the equalising goal, as she strides away from Aslani. Bryan. Heath. Pugh is wide right. The angle is there to slide the ball out. It forces Pugh towards the corner flag. She keeps it in play.
The attack is so disjointed, it's so stretched, the midfield line to the front line. Sweden's defending in 2 blocks of 4. We get to see that clear by Hope Solo. Just averted. Skoog.
There's a little grimace on the face of Hope Solo there. No harm done. And here's Mallory Pugh again. Alex Morgan. Crystal Dunn, the furthest forward centrally for the United States in this attack, joined now by Alex Morgan. Rapinoe is down the left-hand side. Found by Morgan Bryan, and it goes towards Alex Morgan. Good strength to hold off Neela Fisher. Rapinoe again. Against Jessica Samuelsson, but runs the ball out of play.
A 1v1 battle. Excellent patience by Samuelsson. Rapinoe's touch just get away from her. But you're starting to see that quality emerge more and more from her. She's starting to regain her form and play dynamic football more consistently as she's coming back from the ACL injury, which occurred in December. So the fact that she's here now is very impressive.
Against Julie Johnson, but the ball bounces out of play. Here's Klingenberg. Bryan forced into the sliding pass towards Sauerbrunn, who recovered well with Blackstenius hovering. Heath. The margin's so fine now at this stage of the match. Any mistake could be vital. Bryan, done. Excellent first touch against Fischer. Scuffs the shot. Fischer got back to defend well. But just an example of the assertiveness and the confidence of Crystal Dunn. 24 years of age. A reminder, if she does get a yellow card today, she would be suspended for a possible semi-final. The yellow cards reset at the end of this game. Ali Krieger is the only other United States player on a yellow. She's on the bench at the moment. Here's Morgan Bryan. Flag stays down against Dunn. Megan Rapinoe against Samuelson. Corner kick. Klingenberg available, just stretching out those hamstrings. The 11th corner of this game for the United States. Forward comes Julie Johnston to the edge of the 6-yard box. Carly Lloyd at the back post. Dunn at the near post. And it goes towards Dunn. Alquist helped get it clear towards Tobin Heath. And she's closed down immediately. And here are Sweden with an opportunity on the counter-attack. Shailin towards the edge of the penalty area. Blackstenius, and it's excellent defending by Sauerbrunn. The flag was up on the near side anyway, but once again a reminder for the United States of the danger that Sweden pose on the counter-attack, and it needs one challenge to be won inside their half and they can spring.
Look at that, Tobin Heath, second time dispossessed. She's at a deeper position now, so she has to play a bit more cautiously on the ball and a little bit quicker. It's the skill of Shailin. She does this all the time, especially at her strength, and that is a close call by the referee. I don't know if I agree with that at all. If that was offsides, but I think Mallory Pugh, even if it wasn't, did enough, even though she didn't win the ball. She disrupted the play by going to ground and threw off the attacker.
Kristen Press is on to the field. And Rapinoe, who was brought on, is now back on the bench. So a little less than half an hour for Megan Rapinoe on this occasion, and she did affect the game. There's no question about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Kristen Press is a little bit more dominant sitting up top and spinning. She helped create that goal against Colombia. The ball came into her. She played it and had the vision to see Carly Lloyd. That's where she likes to play for the Chicago Red Stars. So good on top of that box. And that space is open right now as Sweden is collapsing back.
What an opportunity for Kristen Press to score her first goal at the Olympics. She started against Colombia. Came on as a sub in the opening 2 games of group play. Here she is. Back post is Alex Morgan. Here's Pugh. Press again. Morgan joined by Crystal Dunn. Press. What a ball that is. Alex Morgan is in. There's the shot, and the save is excellent from Lindahl. Wonderful play by the United States, and Kristen Press affects the game immediately.
Immediately, she comes in, and look at that gap of space that she sees and recognizes on the same page with Alex Morgan. Just the touch got a little bit wide of the goal, decreased her angle, and Lindahl was able to gain some space and close down the opportunity.
Just went from the left onto the right for Morgan there, and the angle became pretty tight. Press drills in the corner kick. It's just behind Tobin Heath, not by much. Here's Morgan Bryan. She dinks it into the area. It's Shailin who got the header in, and that was an awkward moment for Sweden, but they cleared their lines. And it's a throw in on the far side. Excuse me, it was Heath with the corner kick, and it was just behind Alex Morgan on the edge of the 6-yard box. Here's Pugh. And the shot comes in, and it's narrowly wide again off the left foot of Alex Morgan. And once again, as we saw in the 90-minute period, it's the United States in the ascendancy.
Takes that separating touch, is able to spin her body quickly. One of the things that separates Alex Morgan from everybody else is how quick her release is in all the shots. So even as a defender, you think you have her closed down. She takes that little separating touch, and she can rifle that thing off faster than most forwards. You're not used to seeing it.
Sportsmen and women usually a superstitious lot. Often wonder why you would choose the number 13. She says she wanted to prove that it wasn't unlucky. It's also to honour Christine Lilly, the United States great who earned 354 caps, won 2 Olympic gold medals. She was Alex Morgan's role model as she was growing up and coming through the youth ranks.
I think she was everyone's role model.
Yeah.
Her nickname was the
She's not alone, legend. Yeah, who's holding Christine Lilly on a pedestal. But that explains the number 13 on Morgan's back.
Well, there's an article that came out today that she likes beating keepers near post because she thinks the keepers actually try to cheat far post, so it keeps them honest.
Fisher with a commanding header clear. Shailene unable to bring the ball under control. And here's Tobin Heath. Cleared by Eriksson towards Blackstenius. She turns, Shailene pointing to where she wants the ball down the middle. And she goes square to Caroline Sager. On the right-hand side is Olivia Skoog. She'll run here at Klingenberg. And on her outside is Jessica Samuelsson. There's been a couple of opportunities for Skoog to get the ball in the penalty area. And each time she's tried to, or checked back and tried to find Samuelsson, and the attack is broken down. Sager. Layoff by Shailene, but it was straight to Mallory Pugh. The ball was headed in the general direction of the referee. Lovely ball with the outside of the right boot by Lloyd, but it just skipped away from Kristen Press. And here's Skoog again. Sweden ball. Kosovari Aslani of Kosovar Albanian descent. Pia Sundhaga looking on. Nervous times for both of these sides. So we approach the end of the first period of extra time in Brasilia. Press sends it forward. Morgan gets there ahead of Fisher. Pugh alongside her. Still Alex Morgan holds it up beautifully. Press has Lloyd on her outside. She goes for goal. She may get another opportunity, but she doesn't. But it's Sager on the edge of her own penalty area, and she's caught in possession by Pugh. Almost disaster in a football sense for Sweden. And it's Caroline Sager dwelling on the edge of her own penalty area, and this is the moment for Press. Into the back of Sembrant.
Press has excellent technique. Everyone calls her a natural finisher, so she decided to have a go. But in that little interaction, we see Sembrant, the left center back, a bit shaken up.
The opportunity was there to slide the ball to the right-hand side to Carly Lloyd. Kristen Press decided for the long-range effort. She struck the ball beautifully, hence the pain being felt by Linda Sembrant. Dispossessed, but it falls here for Carly Lloyd. Sauber miscontrols. Can Shailene take advantage? No, it was well anticipated by Heath. Nice little step to the side by Brian, and the vision to send it out to the right-hand side to Mallory Pugh, who can build a head of steam here. But the referee blows for the end of the first period of extra time. No addition to the score. We are 15 minutes away from penalty kicks here in Brasilia to decide the first semi-finalists in the women's soccer tournament. So these are the highlights of the game so far and the key moments here in Brasilia as Jill Ellis gives one more chat to her side. Stina Blackstenius, the substitute, 20 years old, onto the field for the second time in these games, planted a beauty past Hope Solar and into the corner in the 61st minute. And then the United States, who were desperate for an equaliser, came back. Megan Rapinoe was on the field. She played an important role, and it was Alex Morgan with the left-footed strike into the corner. Her 5th goal at the Olympic Games, a superb finish to level it at 1-1. Kay Margraf, you've been in this situation a few times in your long and illustrious career with the US Women's National Team. How are those players feeling right now, bearing in mind you've been in this position so many times?
You're just dead tired. Your legs tell you to quit, but your mind and your heart tell you to keep going. And you end up having to break it down and kind of compromise with yourself. It's like, okay, for the next 2 minutes is how I used to do it. I'm going to do the 3 things I need to do that my role demands. Anything extra is just extra. And that is how I managed the pain, as well as made sure I was concentrating on the things that I need to do to help my team.
Both sides have a substitution remaining. Remember, new regulations have come into force. When games go into extra time, the teams have a 4th substitute available. And here's Tobin Heath for the United States as we begin the second period of extra time. Heath again. Ball forward towards Morgan. It was Sembrant with the defending. They have been very busy, those two centre-backs, Sembrant and Fisher. Forward comes Sega. At the back post is Blackstenius. A stooping header by Johnston. Falls here to Aslani. An excellent challenge, and it had to be by Carly Lloyd. As Kosovari, Aslani was about to pull the trigger. Can the United States counter-attack? It's a foul on Alex Morgan on the halfway line. Free kick to the United States. Linda Sembrant is penalised.
Tired legs. Carly Lloyd from a delayed position. I didn't think she was going to get back in time, just at the right moment, able to stop that shot from Aslani.
Bryant finds Megan Klingenberg. If they can get through today, and Sweden will be feeling exactly the same, they have an extra day to prepare for the semi-final than what they've grown used to in the 4 games so far in this tournament. It'll be another early start, noon Eastern, on Tuesday, for whomever reaches the Maracanã to face the winner of Brazil against Australia. A potentially thrilling quarter-final that you can see live on NBC-SN at 9 Eastern tonight. We shall be gathered around a television set somewhere in Brasilia later on to watch that one, I'm sure, and soaking up the atmosphere of watching Brazil in Brazil. It was a magnificent atmosphere. We stayed after the final group game and the draw against Colombia to watch Brazil round off their group against South Africa. A 0-0 draw, slightly weakened side put out, but a great atmosphere. Sellout of 42,000. Lloyd trying to get past Fisher, fails to do so, but here's Crystal Dunn. There's the cross towards Press. Excellent header by Eriksson, the substitute, and it had to be with Press only 7 yards from goal. Sauerbrunn down the line. Johnson intervenes and finds Klingenberg. Space here for Carly Lloyd. Can she thread it through towards Dunn? Lloyd towards the edge of the area. There's the back flick. The flag stays down. It's Alex Morgan. Tries to find Dunn. Now the flag goes up. It's offside, but the referee hasn't spotted it or allows play to go on. Swedes might be unhappy about that. The flick on by Morgan, but no harm done. And it's a goal.